I'm going to get onto Tousi TV. So anyone watching this clip that I've edited, like, comment, subscribe. Hater comments are loved around here, so keep them coming through. Let's just start with this first video. Tousi TV, Islamic prayer in UK Parliament. Wow, I bet that upset him.
Guess what's happening in the British Parliament now? The mother of all parliaments, the home of the protectors of Church of England and the English Constitution that created the Act of Union and our kingdom. There's a problem here right now. This is about the Islamic prayer being performed in Parliament. We've got a couple of videos to show you guys. Before we do that, we need to clarify. I don't really care about individual humans and people's faiths or religions or ideologies. You could be whatever you want. You could be a Muslim, you could be a Christian, you could be a Jew, you could be this, you could be that, you could be a commie if you want to. But we have to be clear about the role of religions and faiths that they have in society. One impact is about the individual person's personality, behavior, and the culture of the person, depending on what they are. If they're Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, it changes your behavior. But you can still put that aside when you come out in public. You can. The other impact of these religions
Doesn't really change your behavior, and other than it might change your behavior because you might have some morals based on it. Yeah, most of those things are like, if you're following the religion, it should change your behavior for the better. And yeah,
is, of course, when it comes to the wider society as a collective. Whatever the actual majority is, it will shape the behavior of the nation, the tribe. The third one is more important than all the others. Whether you like it or not, whether you're an atheist, agnostic, or religious, or theist, whatever. Based on the established religions that we had since Abraham, that's how most of our countries and structures of our societies have been built on.
yo, Stephen, after I do this video, it's like 5 minutes more long, yeah, then I'll get it up and search for it. So I'll show you on the screen.
The West is the Judeo-Christian values. In the Middle East, mostly it's the Islamic culture. The political structure is important because it's linked to these religions, right? So when you have Church of England, whether you like it or not, whether you're a Catholic and you disagree with Church of England, it is a foundation of the structure of the Constitution, parliamentary democracy, and everything we have here. If you undermine that, unless you have an alternative, you're going to get...
I kind of looked at confused for a second, but I just caught on to what he was saying. And he's saying other cultures and countries where it's aligned to the political structure of the country. And now he's trying to make that, saying because it is elsewhere that it should be here. But it's just not really here, is it, bro? It's just not. You know what I'm saying? None of these politicians and people running this country are serious Christians. You know what I'm saying? They're not. They're just not, man.
Into a lot of trouble when you slowly introduce, in the name of diversity, Islamic prayers in the House of Commons, in the House of Parliament, and you're at the same time undermining church. This is not really me taking the Christianity side over Islam. It's simply about the political structure and our constitution. You need to have a plan. Otherwise, the whole country is going to go down. Watch this.
The whole country is going to go down if we allow Islamic prayer in Parliament. Oh my God. Like, I should look this up. I should look this news piece up or something and find out the context of this happening in Parliament. Because at the moment, I'm just going to have to go with his ludicrous version. One thing you can notice, whatever's going on, is there's loads of talking over him. Nobody's respecting this, what's going on here. I can hear loads of chitter-chatter going on, and what he's giving like a, you know, an important spiritual, not performance, because it's not that, but yeah, just, you know, prayer. And it sounds like it's being ignored.
So this is the APPG for British Muslims, and there are APPGs for everything in Parliament. It's a free mother of all parliaments. You could do whatever you want, technically speaking.
So then what's the complaint? Thank you for the context. So what does it matter then?
The problem we have, for example, if you end up having Christian preachers, even on the street, doing a similar thing. They get arrested. There's double standards here to point out. I have no problem with individuals who happen to be Muslim or Christian.
Listen, mate. Do you know how many Christian preachers I see in Camden Town walking down the street shouting? Yeah? Nobody bothers them. Yeah?
Or Jewish or whatever they are. You can do whatever you want. It's a free society. The problem is we've gone too soft in the name of secular liberal democracy that we've decided to go secular when it comes to moving away from Christianity or church, which is basically the foundation of our constitution. But so we created a blank canvas. Now it's been filled. Of course it's going to be filled. I don't blame the Islamic community for trying to now.
So, I mean, it aligns to the point I made a minute ago that this country just doesn't follow like Christianity like that. And I guess maybe he's agreeing with that. Maybe he's complaining about that. The people don't follow Christianity, bro. Like, that's why it's not really just the government. It's like people don't go to church on Sunday. They're not really with it. I'm not even saying, I'm not against that, man. I think it might help a lot of things in the world if we went to church or to a mosque. Either of those things. Take either choice. I'm not saying I think religion is quite a beautiful thing, personally. I know everyone don't agree with that. But the way that you're politicizing it, when you probably don't care about either of these religions either, just isn't honest. Like, it's not Christian, that's for sure.
Fill that gap because not many people go to church anymore. Even the atheists or agnostic people or whatever they are, they're not even defending at least the constitution. You don't have to defend church, but at least you could defend the values that created our parliamentary democracy. But again, this is the guy who...
We don't have a parliamentary democracy. It's a scam, yeah? Like, they don't believe... So how's anybody who doesn't believe in God and the church and Christianity or any religion going to believe in a fake political system that is even less believable than a man sitting in the sky? It's an absolute complete fallacy.
Did this for this APPG in Parliament, for the APPG for Muslims, is the same guy who also did it at the Villa Park, the stadium for Aston Villa, for, of course, Ramadan.
Sounds good, yo. Sounds better there without all the talking over it.
There's a reason that a lot of people are looking at what's happening. For example, when it comes to mosques, there are thousands of mosques obviously being created across the Western Europe. We're talking about in this country. And when they are seeing the Islamic community doing mass prayers on the street, where the Christians, on the other hand, you know, if it's just one person, they get arrested by the police. I don't blame the people of this country for getting at least confused and say, this isn't normal, is it? Forget about those who just get completely outraged and say, this doesn't look good. This is just bad. We're being taken over. Forget about that. There's still a lot of people who just say, is this normal? What is going on? People can see the double standards of policing and the justice system. And there are people who say, well, why do they have to do this? When you have all these mosques, why do they have to pray on the streets? It clearly is a show of...
Because it's a free country, like you said. It's a free country, free world, like as you would like it to be. Why not? Yeah, people are not even going to Christian churches, and you want to complain about people following another faith, a loving, beautiful faith, to be honest.
Force and strength, saying we are united, we are actually strong. In Britain, the Islamic community, we are growing. I don't blame them. They are growing because the Christianity has been undermined. And what do we have to do?
No, because it's been undermined, because nobody's following it. Nobody's, like I said, they're not going to church like that. So that's why you have to look at why that is. It's not to do with, it's to do with those people's beliefs and to do with a lot of people becoming atheists.
You have to defend your values. You have to have a conversation. If people are ashamed of being British, people are being ashamed of even standing up for the Christian values, then what's the point? Of course they're going to lose. Anglophobia is on the rise, and nobody in the political establishment or the mainstream media is talking about this. And if those...
Anglophobia is a load of nonsense, yeah? Cool, people are ashamed of being British for things Britain are doing. It's not to do with Christianity. People are not ashamed of being Christian. They just don't rock with it anymore. Yeah, I like Christianity as well. I got a lot of positive things to say about Christianity and Islam. Yeah, so And people who do follow the religion, they're not ashamed.
What they call themselves, the moderate Western Muslims, who are basically almost not practicing Muslims, they're just born culturally into an Islamic family. If they come out and if they start speaking out or defend our values, then we might have a chance. But we're not really getting many of them. That's the problem.
That was a video full of a load of nonsense, right? Let's just give a bit of a summary. Tousi TV. Someone was praying in Parliament, an Islamic prayer in Parliament. You probably understand politics and Parliament, how it runs a bit better than I do. But he did explain that it was in a normal open day when people can go into Parliament and do anything, or it was like something to do with his organisation or whatever. He was allowed to do it. It was a normal practice, nothing strange about it. We can almost guarantee this is not the first time this happened. It's probably happened hundreds of times. And he just decided to take that happening in Parliament, put a little buzz text around it and turn it into a thing and make a whole 6-minute video talking about how Islam is taking over the country. So we can pretty much prove that it's not happening just by looking at the only example he gave was something completely normal happening in Parliament that had nothing to do with Islam taking over at all. So he's full of crap. Alright? Anyway, SJW Live, like, comment, subscribe. Hater comments are our favourite around here. That's like become my new catchphrase today.